Hello there and welcome to a new and amazing episode and to a very important topic, first aid kits. What to bring and what to leave at home, and it's very difficult to know what to put in there, especially if you want a nice and compact and lightweight kit. So today I'm going to focus all about first aid kits and tell you what's in my bag and also give you some recommendations what you need to bring as a bare minimum. Let's do this. A good first aid kit is a must, but it's very easy to bring too much, like a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and you end up with the first aid kit as big as a backpack. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, but since our goal is not to be a nurse on the trail, but a hiker on the trail, so I think it's a good idea to try to figure out what you really need and then only bring the essentials. Much depending, of course, where you're hiking. Different risks in different environments, and sometimes you have to put a little bit of extras in there. But today's focus is on the minimum and the essentials that you need to bring in your first aid kits to take care of that everyday situations that can occur on the trail, like blisters, cuts, headaches, allergic reactions, and more. So let's start with the meds. This is of course a personal thing. Some people have specific meds that they need to bring on their hikes, but today let's leave those out of the discussion and talk about the more general stuff that most people need to bring. A good thing is to bring something for the pain, the fever and infections. And my choice of pill is the ibuprofen. It helps a lot if you have some pain after a couple of days on the trail, like your legs or back, or just a headache. Or if you need to reduce a little bit of swelling or treat an inflammation. I also like bringing something for the allergic reactions. If you get a sting and have an unexpected reaction, or just if you want to treat yourself against pollen. I usually bring two different types, Claritin and Castine. Both are designed for the same thing, but with two different active substances. These two also helps to reduce the swelling and the itch from mosquito bites, especially if you treat yourself a couple of days in advance. Last thing to add regarding meds, that actually not is a med, but lip balm. I probably wouldn't survive a day without it. This is the bulk of the first aid kit, but also the lightest items in there. Here I just recommend to go in for the basics, like the gauze and the sterile compresses. And I didn't know the word gauze, so I had to Google it, but I mean it's very similar to the Swedish gauze, binda. So I guess it's like a Latin word or something. Anyway, first of course you need to clean the wound, and for that you can use just water and the water that you have in your water bottle. But it is also a good idea to use some alcohol pads and some swabs to get it as clean as possible before putting on a compress. Now, I'm not a nurse, so I can't tell you how to do this in a professional way. So what I say is just from experience, from being a father of two kids that needed some patching up now and then. That said, I also bring some breathable tape to attach the sterile compresses if needed, or tape together some open wounds and cuts. And this is a very good tape with a very good adhesion to your skin. Then of course also plasters in different sizes. Well, only two actually, but I like the ones that are bigger, that you can cut down to the size that you need. If you have a small cut, a big cut, or a really big one. And last but not least, Compeed plasters to prevent or treat abrasions and blisters. And these ones, they are specially designed to treat blisters, and they won't come off until the blister is fully healed. So they are very effective, but also a bit expensive. To be on a hike and not bringing first aid kit also for your gear is to be borderline stupid. You can rip a big hole in your tent, your rain jacket can be caught on a branch and be damaged, and your sleeping pad can go poof. Or maybe something as easy as breaking a shoelace. For those occasions, it is good to have some quick fixes. I use the seal nylon patches from Gear Aid, and that can fix a rip in your tent or a rain jacket, or any other clothes really. It sticks like hell on any surfaces really, and I've actually used this once when I helped a friend who ripped a big hole in his tent, so these ones, they work perfect. I also bring some super repair tape to fix the leaks on my sleeping pad, and also some alcohol pads to go with it to clean the surfaces before putting on the tape. I also have some 3M patches that I got when I bought my Thermarest X-Therm, together with the small glue dots. So a little bit of backup here in case the first try didn't work, or if I get any more holes. I bring enough material to fix about 4 to 5 leaks. It is a good feeling to know that you don't have to sleep directly onto the ground if something happens to your pad. Feels good. Normally I don't have to make a campfire on my hikes, even though it's nice to have one on occasion. I bring like a gas stove, a spit stove or an alcohol stove with me, and I only boil the water, so no real cooking or anything. But to have some materials to get a fire going quick and easy, if you find the need to, I think is a good idea. So for emergencies and backup if my stove breaks, I usually bring one spare mini-bic and 2 meters of fire cord. And if you don't know what fire cord is, it is actually 550 paracord with a fire starter inside. The fire cord doubles as a fire starter, as I just said, but also as a spare rope. Maybe if you need to change a guy line or just if you break your shoelaces. Besides the tools I already have in my pocket on the Victorinox or the Leatherman Style PS, I also bring some additional ones in the first aid kit. A tweezer to remove dirt from a wound, or just to remove some splinters and ticks. Then also a dedicated sharp scissors. It is really good to have one spare for cutting the bandages if you lose your other tool. And a safety pin that can be used for a lot of things, like securing a bandage, puncture a blister, and much more. And that's all that I have in my first aid kit, and that I do recommend you bringing as a minimum. And all of this with a total weight of 130 grams. Now, my first aid kit might not be perfect. And when thinking about it, there is actually a couple of more things that I would like to add, like athletic tape. Like if you sprain an ankle and need some support, it can be good to have some. Another good idea is to bring some meds for your stomach, like if you get stomachache or diarrhea. And that is actually very common when out hiking and a high risk. And I have nothing to treat that, so I believe it's a good idea to add that to my kit and to yours. Now, if you have any suggestions or think I'm missing something, please tell me and everybody else by adding a comment. And that's it for today, and thanks so much for watching. And if you have any questions to me regarding first aid kits or anything else, just leave a comment down below and I'll come back to you as soon as I can. Also, don't forget to subscribe to support this channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos, and thumbs up if you liked this video, and I hope you did. And I also hope to see you again next week. But for now, bye bye.